we're going to talk about how unbelievable it would be if the Warriors do pull this off. And I'll just start the show with it. I got into it with some nitwits, twitwits.
I'll give you a two. Never heard it.
So, and maybe I didn't explain myself clearly yesterday, but I said, if the Warriors win this, they win it this year, I said you could make a case that it's the greatest 10-year run ever.
And I agreed with that.
Well, I got to clarify. What I meant is it would be the most impressive run by a core.
Yeah.
Specifically a 3-man core. Like, it's virtually... Okay, we have the Celtics from 57 to 69. Okay. They won 11 titles in 13 years, and Bill Russell won 11 of them. He was a part of all of them. Now, they had different iterations along with Russell. Some guys won 7. So, but there were only 10 teams in the league back then. So I don't want to diminish the Celtics. And, like, yes, that was a dynasty, but I'm talking about cores. Cores.
Steph, Clay, and Dre.
All right, so you ready?
Yep.
All right. If the I want Warrior fans to think about this, because it would put them in a class to me by themselves. If the Warriors were to pull this off and win it this year, that would be 5 titles in 9 years.
Good Lord.
Okay? And without a doubt, the first title and the last title and the ones in between, their core was Curry, Clay, and Draymond.
No doubt about it.
No ifs, ands, or buts. Yes, Durant was here, but that core never went away. So they would be 5 and 9.
Woo!
Okay, let's look at some of the great runs. All right, let's go in back chronological order backwards. The Lakers. The Lakers won 5 titles in 11 years from 2000 to 99 to, I think, 2010, whatever it was. But it was just Kobe Bryant. He was the only one there for all 5. Shaq wasn't there.
Yeah.
There were different iterations, in other words. Like, he won one with Bynum and Gasol, but it was just Kobe. He was the only guy.
Yep.
So they didn't have a core. They for that 11-year span, they didn't have one core. They had more than one core. The Bulls, 6 titles in 8 years. Well, they had 2 different iterations. They had Rodman was part of the second one.
But
he wasn't part
Pippen,
of the first.
though.
That's 2 guys. See, a lot of what I'm talking about here is also the difficulty of keeping a core together. So not only do you have to keep a core together, which is hard to do over the course of a dynasty because S happens, but you got your 3 guys. All right. Jordan, Pippen. It was just those 2 guys.
And Phil. But I got you. Yeah.
Okay, well, I could go Curry. That's still 4. Yeah. The Spurs, 5 titles in 15 years. Well, I mean, they won. The first one was with David Robinson. You know, Duncan was there for all 5 of them, but he was the only one there for all 5 of them.
Crazy.
And Kawhi was the guy at the end. So, again, iterations. Closest one to me is the Lakers in the 80s. 5 titles, 9 years, Magic and Kareem.
Okay.
But even James Worthy wasn't there for the first 2. He wasn't there for the first 2. What I'm getting at is that's why this would be, to me, the most, maybe the most historic thing ever done. Because you kept the core of the dynasty together for about a decade, almost a decade, which, first of all, that never happens. It never happens. And then secondly, they have to be good enough to win it 10 years apart. So that's why I think about this and think, oh my God, this would be this is so hard to do. What they are trying to do is so hard to do that I want everybody to realize that if they do this, please don't say, yeah, no big deal. I knew they're going to win. They're going to win this year. Like, it would be unfreaking believable.
Dude, you said
that
up
One of a kind
perfect.
in basketball history.
But what about the people like me, Steiny? And I love everything you put into that. And I'm not undermining anything that you put together and I'm not wearing Warrior underwear when I tell you this, and I feel like I may not be by myself. The way you just set that up is 4 to 5. I know my math. Is that what has you to where, oh my God, I'm on my ass, just blown away, as opposed to what if I said I feel the way you do now when they won it last year? And yeah, I know 5 is greater than 4, but the fact that they did it last year, can you let me in? I'm knocking on that door, not to minimize what you said.
Nope.
But the gravity of how you just set that up,
no.
I'm drunk on 4, though, Steiny, with the same core.
That's great. And 4's nothing to sneeze at.
Right.
4's nothing to sneeze
let
at.
Me in.
4's incredible. But that's the other thing. That
I'm just saying that's why it's looking bad right now, maybe, because they're spent from getting number 4.
They're basically trying to go back to back.
Yeah.
But they're an older team. So just going back to back is hard, and they're trying to go back to back on the very back end of this thing.
Man.
So all I'm saying is
it ain't gonna be easy.
I'm gonna start looking at it from that point of view because it makes me feel less negative.
No.
I just want people to realize what they're trying to pull off here.
It was a compliment, Steiny.
Ain't just something it happens every once in a while. No, it doesn't. Yeah.
And I'm just telling you, I'm already there, and it don't minimize the gravity of what you set up. But now you got me looking at you like, hey, Goo, that's why I'm not surprised they're 29-29. But it ain't just them 3. I can't wait.
888-957-9570 is the number. You want to jump into that? Jump into this conversation. You can do that if you want to. If you want to, call in and tell me how much you appreciated me putting things into perspective for you, and letting you know just how tough this is going to be. But boy, would it be unbelievably rewarding. You can do that. I set it up nice. I set the show up nicely today.
Never Go Full Jeff on YouTube just thanked me. You remember him? We were out in the cafeteria. You blocked him. I was feeling good. I said, Steiny, let me talk to you.
Wait.
And you unblocked him. So he's thinking, remember that day? No. I said, Steiny, you got to unblock Never.
Who is he?
He's one of your Twitter followers.
When did we meet him?
Well, we know him on social media, on Twitter. And then he came at me to get him unblocked. And then I went at you.
Jeff,
pulled you in the
Jeff
office.
P.
Yeah, and I said, come on, Steiny. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't block a lot of people. You got to be relentless.
I think some people want to get blocked.
No, sure. Yeah. Of course. There's another aspect. So that's the macro. That's always my that's what I said yesterday. It's like, so let's take in the magnitude of what they're trying to do in terms of a 10-year period. But then there just is this other there's this other issue of this particular season. There's never been a team to win it that's been worse than a 6 seed. There's never been a team that's won 44 games. 44 games is the lowest amount any team has ever won that's won the title.
They're a game back of 6 right now.
77-78 Washington Bullets. They were 26-23 at the All-Star break. So it's not just, it's not just what they're trying to cap off here with this 10-year run. It's also, what they're even trying to do this year may never have been done before. So